Okay, good morning once again. We continue. We're quite pressed for time, so we might as well start while we're waiting for the others. We have our next speaker, and we have a new moderator. I'd like to introduce Dr. Keisuke Edashige to introduce our new speaker and our new topic. Take it away, sir.
I'd like to introduce next speaker, Dr. Tetsuji Okazaki. He's a researcher in Livestock Research Institute, Oita Prefecture, Agriculture, Forestry, and Fishery Research Center, Japan. He got a job in the same institute in 2004, and he got a PhD from Graduate School of Superior Science, Hiroshima University, Japan, in 2010.
Thank you for my introduction. I'm Tetsuji Okazaki, belong to Oita Prefecture Livestock Research Division. Time is very tight, but briefly to my presentation. The title is Reproduction of Boar Spermatozoa. The curious function of seminal plasma during freezing or thawing. Now, the mating of pigs is performed by natural mating. Natural mating and artificial insemination with liquid sheath. There are those demerits in these mating. For example, in natural mating, parentality cannot be confirmed. Reproductive performance vary by male individual. The need of the majority breed. In artificial insemination with liquid semen, the period of use is very short. It is about 7 days. Cannot cope with sudden estrus and thermal damage of sperm by transportation. Particularly, it is observed summer or winter. So, in Japan, the diffusion rate is about 50%. These demerits are solved if the mating method shift to artificial insemination with cryopreservation, with preserved seed. I think that this background is common in countries of any place. This movie shows the post-sperm motility in conventional method. This low sperm motility induces low reproduction after artificial insemination. The conception rate is 50% or less, and the average of litter size is about 5 people. So, it is necessary for improvement of reproductive performance to devise a novel freezing and thawing method that can make sperm with high functionality. In first step, we try to develop a freezing extender. This figure shows the mechanism of sperm damage during freezing. Intercellular water forms crystal formation. So, the glycerol is added to the freezing extender to inhibit crystal formation. However, the pig sperm is weaker to glycerol toxicity than that of other animals. As a result, sperm plasma membrane is damaged. To solve those problems, to dehydrate from sperm cell, the osmotic pressure of freezing extender is made high, 300 milliosmol per kilogram to 400 milliosmol per kilogram. Then the semen is treated with low concentration of glycerol. The final concentration is 2%. When the semen was frozen by this new freezing extender, The post-sperm motility was significantly improved as compared with conventional method. And the hyperosmotic and low concentration glycerol freezing extender protected sperm plasma membrane. In artificial insemination test, the following rate was 80%. That was same as fresh semen artificial insemination. Even if it used the developed freezing extender, the male individual which can be frozen is just. For example, Boar A has good freezability. Boar B is middle, but Boar C has bad freezability. So, the freezing method which can freeze the sperm or male individual required. Then we collected epidermal sperm from bad freezability boar, and the collected sperm was frozen. As a result, the epidermal sperm has high freezability. On the other hand, in the ejaculated sperm of the same boar, the post-sperm motility is very low. From this result, we hypothesized that seminal plasma inhibited normal freezing of the sperm. What is the inhibitory factor in seminal plasma? Since both semen is collected by glove hand technique, it is difficult to collect aseptically. Then we detected the bacteria in semen. In gram-negative bacteria, Pseudomonas escherichia coli, Proteus flexia. In gram-positive bacteria, there are Coccus, Staphylococcus, and Pseudomonas were detected in both semen. The gram-negative bacteria were mainly detected in both semen. So, the antibiotics such as penicillin G, streptomycin, and amikamycin is usually added to semen extender. However, at this time, bacteriolysis is induced and endotoxin, LPS, is released from bacterial membrane. LPS in blood plasma or seminal plasma was detected by rigorous test. The level of seminal plasma was higher than that in blood plasma and reinforced by penicillin G addition. If the sperm cell has innate immune mechanism, same as immune cells such as a macrophage, toll-like receptor 2 and 4 signaling may reduce sperm functionality. In expression analysis study, toll-like receptors were expressed with gene and protein level in mammalian sperm cells, such as mouse, human, porcine sperm. The LPS bind to sperm, head, and mid-tail. The binding of LPS activates caspase 3 and induces apoptosis. As a result, sperm motility is decreased. From those results, we concluded that the sperm had a bacterial recombination mechanism. In second step, we developed the novel semen treatment bifacuric using the LPS inactivator polymyxin B. Polymyxin B treatment blocks the LPS binding to sperm and suppress the LPS activity in the semen. In conventional freezing method, the collected semen is exposed to seminal plasma, including bacteria and LPS, for several hours. While in new method, seminal plasma is removed immediately after semen collection. Step 2, sperm pellet is treated with polymyxin B content extender. This technique enables the freeze of sperm of almost all individuals. When spermatozoa of various peak breeds were frozen using this new technique, high motility was got after thawing. When 60% or more of sperm motility rate after freeze thaw is a success, the success rate is not less than 80%. There are a new native pig called agu in Japan. The agu pig has low freezability. This movie shows the post-sperm motility in conventional methods. However, the semen was frozen by new technique. The post-sperm motility is very high. When the artificial insemination was carried out using the semen made by the new freezing technique, the conception rate was only 9%. Although the post-sperm motility is high, why is it? The differences in artificial insemination between free frozen and fresh semen is whether seminal plasma is contained. The addition of seminal plasma 10% volume per volume to sewing solution improved reproductive results. In frozen semen, the conception rate is 81%. From this result, we hypothesized that seminal plasma had positive rule during artificial insemination. There are two rules in seminal plasma. Rule of seminal plasma 1 is suppression of sperm capacitation. This is a capacitation marker. Sperm dose activation occurs immediately after sowing. Seminal plasma inhibited it in dose-dependent manner and make motility maintenance. Rule of seminal plasma 2 is immune suppression in uterine lumen. After artificial insemination, a lot of leukocytes are attracted in the uterine lumen, but seminal plasma controls the inflammation up to 48 hours. As a result, a normal embryo growth is promoted. However, the viruses such as TLRI, ADV, and PCV2, and so on, exist in seminal plasma. Therefore, when seminal plasma containing sewing solution is used, there is a risk of spreading those diseases. Recently, the DNA fragment of the PED virus was detected in both semen in Japan. This is not clarified whether it is directly discharged to semen or contamination from feces or infected pig. Therefore, it is necessary to develop the chemical-defined solution which does not contain seminal plasma. To develop the sewing solution compensated with the seminal plasma function, we examine the effect of EGPA, which is calcium ion chelator, on sperm capacitation after sewing. The addition of 6 millimolar EGPA was suppressed expression capacitation marker. Intercellular calcium ion was detected by flow 3AMN, which has calcium ion indicator. The positive signal were observed immediately after sewing, but the signal was suppressed by the addition of 6 millimolar EGPA. From this result, calcium ion chelator EGPA suppressed freezing of intercellular calcium ion, which resulted in inhibition of capacitation. Furthermore, the addition of 6 millimolar EGPA was significantly improved as compared with improves sperm motility as compared with control. Next, as a function 2, when the immunosuppressive factor in seminal plasma was analyzed comprehensively, we detected the cortisol. Cortisol is one of the steroid hormones and has powerful immunosuppression. The cortisol concentration in seminal plasma is 0.92 nanogram per ml. This figure shows the number of leukocytes in uterine lumen after artificial insemination. A lot of leukocytes were grafted into uterine cavities in 6 hours after artificial insemination. However, the injection of cortisol to uterine lumen promoted the disappearance of leukocyte for less than 48 hours. This shows the same dynamic state at the time of carrying out artificial insemination with fresh semen. Persistence of the inflammation in the uterine lumen inhibits normal growth and implantation of the embryo. If a lot of leukocytes remain in the uterine lumen, the embryo will receive invasion by the leukocyte. I think that cortisol controls the phenomenon and maintains immune suppression condition. This table shows the reproductive performance after artificial insemination using EGTA plus cortisol sewing solution at our research center. In frozen soy semen, the conception rate is 84% and the average of litter size is 8.7 piglets. The artificial insemination result using this sewing solution is good and equal to that of fresh semen. In Oi Prefecture, about 10 farmers use this technology. The results are shown on the table. Good results are also applied to those fields. I would like to accelerate the spread of this technique from now on. In conclusion, in step 1, seminal plasma is removed after semen collection by centrifugation. In step 2, the sperm pellet is diluted with pre-treatment solution containing the normal antibiotics such as penicillin G, amikamycin, telbosmycin, and 100 microgram per ml of polymyxin B. In step 3, hyperosmotic pressure 400 milliosmol per kilogram and low concentration cholesterol solution is used as freezing extender. This picture shows primary dilution at 50 degrees. This picture shows secondary dilution at 5 degrees. In step 4, artificial insemination is performed using the sewing solution 10% seminal plasma or sewing solution containing 6 molar EGTA plus cortisol. Please look the listed frozen semen on movie. This movie shows the sewing process. This is a sewing solution bottle. The bottle is melted at 38 degrees. The frozen straw are picked out from a tank. The frozen straw are melted in water bath at 38 degrees for 1 minute. minutes, the melted semen is injected into the sewing solution bottle. After mixing, the sewing process is finished. Post-osman motility is checked under the microscope. After check the motility, the bottle is moved to artificial insemination area. Keeping temperature is very important. The total sperm concentration is 5 billion per bottle. We established the company, Hiroshima Cryopreservation Service. In this company, cryopreservation of farmers for seed is performed. It is first trial in domestic. This picture shows big gene bank tank of Oita Prefecture. 50,000 frozen straw are saved. It is expected that such a gene bank will be established all over the world in preparation for natural disasters or viral infections such as foot and mouth disease or horse diseases. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Okazaki. Now, the paper is now is open for discussion. If there are questions or comments.
Nobody else wants a question? I appreciate we're getting better. Although I do think that we need to start getting inside. We need to look at blood board. And we need to have the blood board over 15. If you want to have this technology to be used for commercial food production, I really have to be bringing over 12. In order to do that, I've got to start with around 15. So you have 3 days to go.
約200頭規模の農家さんが、大分県には10件使っています。
10 farmer.
10ファーム。
10 farmer in Oita Prefecture use this technique. 200 pig per farmer. So,
yeah, my question is we had only 12. The most we got was 12. In the first trial, we only got 9. In the last trial we did, we had 12. My comments are, while I'm impressed, the number needs to be 15 in order to become commercially viable.
Boar. About 10 people.
Sorry, we're going around in circles. We need the numbers to be 15. But for me to take this technology forward in the field, I need to have a total board of 15. Doesn't matter.
数が。15頭。日本では大体もう10頭、10頭か12頭ぐらいです。
The number of piglets on either side in Japan are 10 to 12.
That may be true. Unfortunately, what I'm saying is that when we're doing these, okay.
Yeah.
When
But
you're doing
we are in Japan, in our country, so they set up the camera. Okay, it's running very well.
it is becoming more normal.
Yeah.
For PAI, the semen to be frozen in the same way as you do cattle. The freezing technology has to be at least as good as fresh semen. And what I'm saying is that I need to see trial results where we are getting total boar.
So in Japan, I will tell you again, 10 to 12 piglets are bigger.
It's not enough.
But in Japan, to get so that the technique equal to now.
Is now normal.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, though, in one farm we had 12, the other farm we only had 9. So we need to see more varieties. Yeah.
Not so uniform.
Yeah.
Not so uniform.
And I can't fix my business if it's not uniform.
However, in Japan, the north part of Japan is very cool. Deep aside, 12, 14, 15, like that. But in south part, like Taiwan, usually it means the same, I think. And sometimes,
農家ぐらいによって違いますね。
but climate or weather is very important.
Well, I agree to a point. From a philosophical point of view, the other thing I think we should agree on is total born. I mean, your number of 12, what is that? Is that total born, born alive, what?
Not born alive, total figures.
It's just that when we present this type of work, we need to be very clear about what we're talking about. And in Taiwan, I now have people weaning over 11 and a half. We have total born for over 14 all year round. So in Taiwan, the heat is not an excuse.
Our condition is okay. Or you can impose kids are checking. It's a better question. You can have it.
Another question.
Sorry, because I came late, so I didn't know that what breed of pig that you use, and the overall the reproductive performance of your herd that you do it, done the experiment. So when the result is come out, it's better to report the overall performance of the station on the farm to compare that your result is compatible or not. If that farm or that station produce only 10 or 12 piglets, and your experiment can achieve the number in the same number, that is success.
私たちの研究所では、純系のランド X と、大学種 F1 じゃないです、純系種ピュアYorkshire and London.
And
About 10 people ready for.
he used fresh seed, and then he used private business, preserve semen, the same people. Well,
合計すると大体8頭から10頭ぐらい、受胎率はほとんど変わらない。
Another question, one comment?
This last slide is mentioned that it's for the genomic bank, right? To freeze the boar's semen is mainly for to collect genomic and save it for the future use. Is that right? It's not for the commercial purpose.
これがジーンバンクで、コマーシャルに販売しているのは別のタンクだと。
He used 2 tanks. One is for gene bank, and the other is practical use. Commercial use. For commercial. One is for gene bank, and the other is for commercial.
So the genomic or the gene bank, that's for to save the different breed of pigs. I mean the different, for instance, the Japanese special breed. Its main purpose is for that. Otherwise, there will be no value because the pig is the performance of pigs is just improving all the time.
I would say in the only in Japan, not only limited number of native pigs will be a good in the future. So around 150 years ago, we European breeds, but we established the several strains in Japan. Strains. So you have all that we introduced after this. We have several strains. So we into a strain.
So kind of like each people have their own strain. You understand? Yeah, to keep it.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah. That's the proper way to use the pack for that. We Japanese say that's fun. Okay.
As you know, Japan is very narrow, but 1 3 South Africa. In those parts, it's very cold. And South Park, like Taiwan, very hot, like tropical. And we imported the origin of the beef. All of them come from European countries or North America. But they are so gives very good for the cold or cool condition. But the South part is too hot for the European breed. And he came from the south part of the Japan, and we got the south part. And then Switzerland is so different. So we need substrate in each area. And of course, the origin comes from the European countries, but now we have some trees adapted for the climate, weather, especially temperature.
Another question or comment?
We have more time. Japan going to join the TPP. How the Japanese industry compete with American or the European?
Could you answer?
It's a very, very complex political question, I think. But in Japan, most of the farmers, of the pig farmers and chicken farmers, and very big, like a company. So I think there's no problem. But rice, very small farmers have a severe problem. I think.
Another comment or question? I have one question. You examine only control. You examine the concentration of control. Seminal plasma. Seminal plasma have many biological compounds. So other compounds, do you think that other compounds is involved in the survival of both spermatozoa?
There are, I think that there are cytokine and chemokine both reproductive. Yeah. Survival and suppression, getting information.
I would like to have a question. Have you done any survey about Persia and Iraq, these two kind of breed in south of Japan? How about their further semen quality? And how about these two breeds in their conception rate? Persia and Iraq, these two kind of breed. Have you do any survey in south of Japan? How about their consumption rate and litter size or the foreign semen quality?
Not different between breed.
You say there's no difference in these two breeds?
Yeah.
In south of Japan, in a hot weather?
Yeah.
So you say that the Persia just like the Iraq, they have a very low litter size and frozen semen quality too. Both of these two breeds.
He used picture of yours, but they didn't use the dual. Only
FWD. バクシャではなくて、I use Landrace and Yorkshire Duroc. Berkshire is not used.
Question? Comment?
You talked about furs and other virus being in the seminal plasma. Are you proposing that you can remove these viruses from your AI? From your CD to separate them somehow?
ですね、この中では、この中でやってます。
He didn't try to separate viruses in this experiment.
Is it possible?
それは実際です、正規の中に TLRI のウイルスを入れて、それをアルコールで除去して、OEP で不活化する、海面活性剤の OEP で不活化してやったやつを人工授精しても、したら小豚に腹腔内注射で感染試験をした結果、その凍結処理してないやつは感染したが、凍結処理で、アルコールと OEP 処理したやつに関しては、感染しなかったという結果は
He obtained the results. In the result, he separated viruses from sperm using plasma and frozen sperm and artificial genetic information, and he got the piglets. Okay. Question or comment? No. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Okazaki.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and we'd also like to thank our moderator, Dr. Takashi,